Hey there, it's Johanna, and today I want to talk a little bit about how, new ways of thinking or acting can become a little easier, a little more comfortable. You've maybe had the experience of recognizing a place where you want to think about things differently or approach things differently, or maybe you want to respond differently in certain situations. There's something you want to change about how you think or how you act. And but then maybe you find yourself, you get in that situation and you're slipping back into old patterns. And that's really frustrating. It's like, okay, but I know better now. I know what I want. I know what I want to change. Why am I not doing it? Just to give a quick example. So for decades, I believed that if I disagreed with somebody, that I was being rude and that I thought I was better than them and that I was probably starting conflict that would make the relationship fall apart. So, as one might expect, I tended to, try and make sure what I did say kind of lined up with the people around me. And a lot of times I would try to avoid saying anything at all. And, now I know and I do believe that I can share my own opinion and still be kind and respectful, and that people can have calm, caring discussions, even if they don't agree about everything. And that it is important to speak up about things that matter to me. So, great. Easy fix, right? I could totally change. And, it's taking time for that to start to feel more comfortable or even be the way I do show up in situations. And that's really frustrating. But that was just the way it was for so long. It's taking a while to make that shift. And, it's helpful for me to think about this using metaphor of like trails through the forest, partly because I like walking in the woods. But when we think about it, if there's a trail that we're walking every day through the forest, it becomes really familiar. We know where the stones are. We know where every curve is. It's, all the underbrush doesn't have a chance to grow up. So it's easy to walk through. Where if we want to make a new trail, well, we don't know what we're going to run into, and it's hard work to clear it, and we're probably getting snagged by thorns and, branches hitting us in the face and all these things. Over time, the more we work on and walk that new trail, the more it gets cleared out, the more established it becomes, the more we know it and know what to expect. And the less we walk the old trail, that can start to grow over. The grass gets taller, the underbrush comes in, and there might even be little trees that start poking up over the path. But until we really, it takes some time, but until we make that switch, the new trail isn't going to be established and the old one isn't going to fade. And, that old trail, it's so familiar when we go to the woods, like that's just where our feet take us. So we might sometimes end up a ways down the trail without even realizing until we're like, oh wait, this isn't even where I want to be anymore. Okay. So then we go and and we find the new trail. Anyway, to bring that back out of the forest, that's kind of how it is with new ways of thinking and being for us. The old is so familiar. It's what we default to before we even think about it. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some practice and patience. It might be frustrating. We're probably going to slip back into old patterns sometimes, but that doesn't mean we can't make the change. And sometimes there are little things we can do to help ourselves. Like there's a park I like to walk at, and they've had to change their trail routes a few times. And so I'll get there and there'll be this new kind of partially cleared trail, and it says new trail route on a sign. And then blocking the old trail will say, this is not a designated trail. Do not use. As reminders to people like, hey, we're walking this way now. Please don't walk that way anymore. And so today, for you, think about what is something that you want to change in your life, whether it's a different way of thinking about things or a different way of responding or acting in certain situations. And what is something you could do to help yourself remember, hey, I'm choosing this new trail now. Maybe, just to give a couple examples, maybe you want to go for a walk after dinner instead of turning on the TV. Can you put sunglasses where you usually keep the remote? Just as a little reminder, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing now. Or maybe you want to show up differently in difficult conversations. How can you remind yourself to just take a deep breath? There might be some things where it's helpful to actually put up a literal sign. Whatever that would be for you. But let me know in the comments what you're thinking, and I will be back with more soon. In the meantime, remember, you can trust yourself.